Uh, since I can't do a whole lot of like actual videos right now until I get my new PS5 stuff set up, so we'll just we'll just bool.
Mm.
Mm. God, I hate myself. Please don't hit me. Was that you? That was you.
No.
I thought it was like a spider or something, but then I realized it was just you attacking me.
I also have enough torches down where there shouldn't be any spiders.
Yeah, by the way, I checked real quick. That's when I went quiet. Both of our voices are recording. Alright, I'm gonna take this boat over here and I'm gonna
My
make
drone boat.
myself.
That's my boat.
Huh? That's your
My
boat?
drone boat. That's my
You
boat.
do you not have a. Oh, you have a chest of boats now. Okay. Um, actually, I'm gonna take some basic, like, torches, if you don't mind, just 'cause you've got the big ol'. Oh, you look like you're how do I
What's
explain this? You're
this?
you're set like Dream. I'm very very much not. By the way, do you want these pants?
Give me my pantalones and my boots.
I was concerned also because I was like when we were texting earlier, I thought that when you got like mad, I thought that you were mad that I called you frijole as a joke. I was like, that's where he draws the line.
There, you can have after this chest of armor.
Leather. Oh,
This
just
one's just
none.
non-enchanted armors.
Oh, where'd you get the chains, all the chainmail stuff from?
You just have to loot it off of like skeletons and whatnot.
Yeah, used to. I remember used to. It was like a exclusive to um not survival but creative.
Yeah, you can pick them up off of, like dead mobs.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Oh,
go
they
over
drop
here
them.
and I'm gonna terraform a little spot out. I'm gonna build a home. And I'm gonna make a ranch on it.
Off to the left there's like marshlands.
To the left. Yeah, I may do it over here. Fine.
I got that big watchtower over there too.
Oh yeah, I always forget you build stuff like that just to build it. You're just like, I must keep busy.
I mean, I got all this stuff.
I have, because I wanted to have something a little bit because I'm cold right now, but obviously not a lot. I have, it's sour mix, but it's got triple sec and Dos Equis in it, so it's not like heavy. It's just basically like a really light margarita.
Hmm.
I forgot to bring my bed over here.
If you have one.
I better. Yeah, otherwise, when this creeper inevitably blows me up, it's gonna be not good.
I mean, you'll probably just spawn back at my house.
Which part? The entire, like, eastern seaboard over there is your house.
The main one? Could have sworn I had scaffolding somewhere over here.
This is always my least favorite part of any game.
Terraforming?
Terraforming. It's not that I don't like terraforming, it's that, like, in most games, it's not just like, oh, here's the tool, terraform to your heart's content. It's like, okay, here's the tool you have to make to terraform, and then it tears up super easy, so you have to make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I am very much a dynamite kind of guy.
I don't have a lot of that.
Well, I got plenty of creepers over here, so feel free to take some off my hands.
You see the picture I sent you of the rocket?
Yeah, so that's 3 foot tall.
It's 39 inches. So just a little over 3 foot.
A little over 3 foot tall. And where do you plan to display this? Because I've been in your room before.
I mean, it's right where I sent the picture from. It's
I,
right on
I didn't
the
see
small
where it
bookshelf.
was.
A
Isn't
small
it? It's
bookshelf.
next to the. It's next to, like, where you have all of those Call of Duty World War II patches, isn't it?
Yes. And all the little dog tags and stuff.
Yeah. I remembered them being in the picture, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I rearranged a lot of my stuff. Like, I took one of my shelves where I had, like, my records and stuff like that. I took those and put them away, and then put my Witcher statues there so I can put my battleship on the dresser.
I'm
By my
just
place.
saying, if you ever decide that you need more space, I'll gladly buy those night vision goggles.
No.
Because those are
They
freaking cool.
They are. They came in very handy whenever my sister-in-law and brother, they had their little Halloween party thing for my niece's birthday. and he's got that land out past London, and
I can just imagine you just Bravo 6 going dark. Pew!
I was hiding out in the woods waiting to scare the children. It's
You're
sad.
not you're not a very nice person.
They wanted us to do it. Like my sister-in-law, they were like, "Yeah, go out there and scare the kids." But they, we thought it was gonna be like the big kids first. So
It was
we
the little
scared,
kids, wasn't it?
yes, and I made my son cry, and like my little kids like freaked out because
My
we
my
we
uh
went
my
with it.
my statement stands. I've got that on videotape, son.
It's fine. I mean, we did what we were told to do, which was to scare the crap out of the kids.
Yeah, see, that excuse doesn't work because I don't know if you remember the Nuremberg trials, but most of the people who said, I just did what I was told to do, they got hung anyway.
Well, luckily you don't get hung for scaring children.
I'm like the most stereotypical, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I even do the thing that, like, the stereotypical, like, 1950s father and, like, Leave It to Beaver does, like that. You take a sip. I don't know why. I don't know why I do it, but I can't help it.
Because you're a boomer.
I mean, like, I don't argue with you there. I drink like 4 cups of coffee, and I don't like to listen to the news because, and I'm not really sure how a lot of technology works. I'll tell you, we were talking about this the other day, but one of the big, like, I guess you can call it boomerisms, if that's even a thing. But like one of the big things that apparently like that is not a thing anymore is like punctuality. People don't stress on punctuality as much. Like it's really important to like my parents and my grandparents and stuff that you're punctual. And it's very much that way to a lot of people I know that are in the 40s and and up range.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of my friends, you got to tell them the wrong time so they'll show up on time.
Not me.
And yeah, like, oh, I know not you. And I don't mean this bad, but that's because like you're an adult. You're
Oh, that's
you
also
you have a oh well yeah, but also but you have like a job that you show up to early and get ready and don't show up like a minute before you're supposed to clock in, without your freezer suit on or nothing.
Nope, I'm there about an hour early.
Yeah, I
Most of
know,
the
because
time.
anytime I drive by at 3 something, I'll drive by. Usually, sometimes I'll go to like the music store to get strings changed, or I'll go get something to eat or something because I eat early. You can make fun of me for that all you want. It's still a good deal. Um, and I always see your truck there, and I'm always like, okay, so. What's weird though is I always have a hard time because I'm like, because I always know where your truck's gonna be, but then I'm like, I have to
I
check
park
the
up front a
weather.
lot now.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed you changed over to parking in the front.
Well, because everybody else seemed to want to do it, and like I'm like, screw it. If anybody deserves to park up front, it's me.
I
I do
would
most
say
of the
that's the
work
most
anyways.
entitled thing I've ever heard, but at the same time, you do work a lot harder and a lot longer hours than a lot more of some of those guys. Oh, I gotta tell you one that I heard that was good. They were talking about Jaden. I'm not gonna tell you who was talking about Jaden because we're on stream. But they were talking about no, not Jaden, Skylar. Excuse me.
Was it Dummy Thick Boy?
I'm not saying a word on who it was, but I was like, so you still play video games with Skylar? And he was like, no, I don't really talk to Skylar anymore ever since he's had his kid. And I was like, that's ever since he's had her kid? You mean?
Yeah.
I should change the title of this from Chill Out Minecraft, Relax Minecraft to Gossip Time.
Maybe.
That's all we do.
Gossip Girls.
We're worse than that.
Never saw an episode. That's not my thing.
I haven't
did
either.
I did for a long time when I was younger. Watched like the Food Network a lot.
Well, yeah.
My grandma would watch like Rachel Ray and all them a lot.
Well, I always watch the Food Network to get recipes and stuff because, like, I mean, there's only so many times you can eat the same, like, disgustingly greasy, not cooked well hamburger before you're like, maybe I should change how I cook this. To this day, I still want to know how Brent cooks hamburgers. I still want to know how he does that because it's so good.
He is a master at that craft.
That's the one, I'm not meaning this bad. Like I missed out on a great relationship. It was the only woman I've ever loved, but at the same time, I missed out on some good food. And I remember that because I went to their 4th of July, and that was hot dogs, brats, burgers, some steaks. I'm talking.
I never got to have like brats or hot dogs. He won't cook those, but I mean he'll cook like pork loin, chicken legs.
I can't remember. There's a cousin, and he's like an adult cousin, so maybe he's an uncle. I don't remember. But he looks like Phil Hartman in Jingle All the Way. Like he just kind of has that look. He's got the same glasses, and he kind of acts the same way. Not skeevy, but he's kind of got that like same laugh and stuff going on. And I can't remember who it was, but this is what I always remember about him is he was super oblivious, and I think it was the one who might have brought some of the pork products, but he stood they had a kid that was about the age of Elijah that actually kind of reminds me of. I don't know how much you've hung out with Elijah.
I haven't at all.
I've got to go fishing several times with Lucas and Elijah, and I actually like the kid. He's a good kid, and he reminds me a lot of this kid that this guy had, that this Phil Hartman wannabe, or like dollar store Phil Hartman was his kid, and anyway. They wanted to light a Roman candle, and he wanted me to do it with him because that kid, he liked me for some reason. We got along really well. So he always wanted to do stuff like with me, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And his dad, the Phil Hartman guy, wanted to do it instead, and he stood over. It was like one of those Roman candle, the things that spews up in the air.
The little cone things?
Yeah. You know what I can't think of what they're called. Right. They're like fountains or something.
Yeah.
Roman candle fountains. But anyway, and he did that, and he didn't get away in time, and it just fired up straight in his crotch. And I remember sitting there like, maybe I should help him. But at the same time, it's like when you watch when you watch a car accident, you see it and you're like, I should help, but it's too hard to look away from.
But you also don't know really how to help.
Yeah. It's like it's not something set in stone. It's not like you know with me, like if you see me start flopping around, it's like okay, stick a wallet in his mouth and roll him over on his side. It's like there's not a defined way to help someone who's
I
getting
thought,
blasted in the crotch by a Roman candle.
I thought it wasn't like a safe thing to do to put something in somebody's mouth when they're
It's
seizing.
not, but it you know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna be there when it happens. Remember that. It's just I'm pretty much if you ever actually see me have a seizure, which you probably won't, but if you ever do, I'm not. It's a corpse. I'm a corpse when that's happening. I'm not in there. My brain is
Big
not
ass
there.
corpse.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be a big ass corpse when I die too. So, but hey, can you come over here with the sword, please? You were you still like Manifest Destiny, right?
Pillagers?
Pillagers.
Ooh.
But
Fire aspect, sword them, burn them booties.
yeah, but it's just I know that's a weird thing to say, but like basically I go to sleep and when it's over for you guys, that's when I come back. And then the only thing that happened was I remember the first time I ever had a seizure, I was sore for 2 weeks afterwards. I couldn't move my right arm for 2 weeks. Because I had six back to back to back to back to back to back.
Ew,
Um,
goddamn.
all the way to the hospital. If they didn't call the EMTs when they did, like if I was home alone and that happened, I would have died. Um,
Where did you start the building?
if you go straight out and then if you look out towards the water and then look a little bit to the left of the watchtower,
Okay, I see a boat.
yeah, that should be me.
It's one of my older boats. I don't think that's your boat.
I'm really not that far away from the watchtower. Also, the pillagers are starting to run off. They're fighting a witch.
You in the marshlands?
Yeah, I'm in the marshlands.
Okay, I see some pillagers. Come here, bitch. No, screw you and your damn crossbows. I hate when there's two of them, because then they can just, like, keep knocking you back before you can even get to them. Oh, that's tricked one into killing his buddy. What is shooting me? There's no way you were shooting that fast. There we go. He's dead. Okay, now I see where you're at.
Yeah. I'm gonna build a little, over here. I'm gonna start a farm. Probably, probably some carrots, because I have carrots that I can,
I've
in
got a
my
lot of
inventory.
crops.
And then, maybe farm some animals.
I mean, I assume you didn't dig this hole, but I mean, did you
No,
build this over it here?
yeah, I'm gonna build over it. I'm gonna try to mine out this iron ore, and then I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I definitely did not land where you are. My sword, it's almost all used up. Yeah, that rocket was actually like so much easier to build than the battleship.
Hmm.
Like even though it was only like 500 pieces less, it took me like maybe half the time it took to build a battleship. I think that maybe because the battleship was not actually Lego, it's a different brand. The pieces, I mean, they fit pretty tightly together, but they were a bit of a bitch to like actually connect some of them.
So I have a big question for you. When you build that stuff, do you set it in something where it won't come apart?
Like, what do you mean? Like
Um,
glue it or something?
some people, which I used to do when I was like younger, when you would finish up like a Lego project or something, you would set it in like glue or resin. They made like Lego type glue, and it would stick that stuff together where that way it couldn't just fall apart if it was on the shelf.
I did not. Uh, the battleship, I'm not really as worried about coming apart because it's like pretty solid inside.
Hmm.
Like there's not like a tremendous amount of like extra space inside. The rocket, I'd be worried about a little bit, but I mean, it's. I've definitely told my kids like, look, you're not playing with these, so don't even think about getting it in your head.
You say that, but just
He has his Legos. I have mine. He's like, oh, it's boring. We can only look at them. I was like, yep. It's like I didn't spend, 12 hours building this damn battleship for you to come in here and smash it to pieces.
well, I guess it's kind of like people who when I was a kid, I never understood people who did models. I guess it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Really, you're putting it together to look at.
I mean,
It'd
for
be like
me,
a diorama,
it's almost therapeutic to me. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
calming to put it together.
it's calming. It's just you just follow the step by step instructions. It's just it allows me to focus on something for a few hours. But for someone like me, that's not always the easiest thing to do. Though I definitely, was like that old lady from Happy Gilmore. My fingers hurt. So they damn sure did after building that battleship. Like that's not even an exaggeration because some of those pieces, like the little, like the 5-inch gun turrets, those things. Oh my god, those were a bitch.
Really, I just want to have a farm in peace, and I'm gonna have trouble from the undead.
I have a weapons cache over here. You could grab a sword.
No, I have an iron axe, which I use to clear the land, but and that does a good bit of damage. Not as much as a sword, but probably as much as like I don't know, like maybe a stone sword or something like that. But oops.
Damn it. Damn Enderman keep getting in here and just placing random blocks.
So I have a question for you. You remember that movie you're in?
Mm-hmm.
When is that? Is that supposed to be entered in like a film festival or something? Like when am I gonna get to see the finished product?
Oh, they're still in the editing phase. They're like doing this. He's working on like the sound design still.
It's not filming. That's the hardest part. It's
No, it's
making it look
editing.
professional. Yeah.
So he's hoping by summer that it should be done. And how he plans on releasing it, I'm not sure. I haven't asked him about it actually. Probably should.
I don't care if it makes $1 or a million, just to see you do that, like in a theater.
I
I
don't
think,
think it'll be.
huh?
It's probably not going to be in a theater.
Oh, come on, it would make my year.
Well, the scene that you saw where I fall down, that was not in the finished product, so you won't get to see me do my little flappy arm fall down.
You ever thought about the fact that that was like within the first week I met you was you showing us that? That was one of the first impressions I got of you in person. That was a very strong first impression.
I'll do what I can. So I heard something interesting. You know Army Hammer, right? The actor.
Yes.
So apparently there's a thing going on about him right now where he's like maybe a cannibal.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So just Google his name real quick.
Why is I thought Shia LaBeouf was the cannibal.
Apparently, so is Army Hammer.
Army Hammer's a cannibal?
It
Like
says Rolling
illegally or
Stone. Like,
legally?
I don't, well, apparently it's something it's like there's 14 hours ago. It's like inside Army Hammer's secret life fueled by alcohol, BDSM, and infidelity. And then Rolling Stone's like, we're all missing the point of the Army Hammer cannibalism scandal. Like I don't know what's up with it right now.
Well, see, okay, so like they say cannibalism, but the thing there's a very fine point on cannibalism. It's not illegal to eat human. It's illegal to kill a human to eat human.
Yeah, that's the
So,
getting of the meat.
yeah, it's the getting of the meat that's illegal. I know I've read stories at least. I'm not going to implicate myself in any of them. But of people that would when they're getting like amputations done and stuff,
They say the
they
part
would
and eat it.
they would use their like I think it was a guy that got his leg cut off, and him and his friends roasted it as a joke, and then he tried it and he liked it.
I mean.
That's a slippery slope, though. What happens if your favorite meat of all time turns out to be your leg? Like don't cut off your other leg.
Well, it says right here, abuse allegations for Army Hammer. It's like in January 2021, Hammer's ex-girlfriend and multiple other women came forward about the abuse they had from him. So put in sexual situations not comfortable with. Said they had PTSD. So in January, anonymous Instagram account released screenshots that they were allegedly of Hammer's Instagram direct messages, various women outlining grisly sexual interests, which include various edge play or extreme BDSM behaviors such as fantasies such as blood, violence, rape, and cannibalism. But he denied that they were real and responded to them as an online attack. But it's like, you know,
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know what I mean. I thought you were talking about cannibalism scandal. I thought we were talking about the fact that Army Hammer ate a dude. I did
I
like
mean, he
that's
might.
pretending to eat a dude and eating a dude are two different things. Like Ned Beatty squealed like a pig in Deliverance, but that doesn't mean he actually got raped.
So, did you know his grandpa's name is Armand Hammer?
Oh my god, please don't tell me that's real.
It is Armand Hammer. That's his granddad's name. He also had to served on the board of directors for Arm& Hammer Company. He had a huge stock, but the name did not come from him. So the name was in use 31 years before his grandpa was born.
He was
He was spurred
born
to buy
just a.
shares. He was spurred to buy shares in the company as a result of often being asked about the brand being so close to his name.
Kind of funny.
I mean, yeah, I mean, might as well roll with it. There's some people would have been like, no, y'all gotta change that. And that's, no, please, no. It's like, oh, this is close to my name. You know what? I'm gonna buy some socks.
I'll take it.
I remember the first time I showed that, Shia LaBeouf video to Lucas. He's
What,
like,
the
video.
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf?
Yes. He's like, he didn't know that video was a thing. He's like, I was like, did you hear that? Shia LaBeouf's like an actual cannibal. He's like, what?
Oh, he thought you were serious.
Yes.
If I hear you,
You didn't say like know about it either until I showed y'all.
I think Tess showed me that video.
Pretty sure I did. I know I showed Lucas that.
See, because I legitimately remember, like, if you may have showed it to me, but I know for a fact Tess plays it at least like once. She references it very, very heavily. Um,
It's a funny video. It's very well
it is
produced.
it's a very funny video. I want to know whose idea it was to do that though. Like, it's just such a
Rob
strange.
Cantor's.
Do what?
Rob Cantor. The dude
It's just,
whose videos the channel's on.
but it's just such a strange, like, out there. It's kind of a really,
Concept.
yeah. Like, I feel,
So,
I feel like somebody was really either drunk or high and was like, it'd be funny.
see, I don't even know like the original memes involved in that. Like, what did Shia do to make people think like, oh, he's a
He's
cannibal?
crazy, so like, at some point in his career, he became insane.
I mean, he did get abused a lot, so that probably plays into his insanity.
I'll tell you, I felt bad though, cause like there was a point when I thought he wasn't crazy, and then he crossed back right over into that crazy. Um, cause at first, when he did, what was it? When he did Fury, he uh he played, what's his name? What was his name in the movie? Like Preacher or something like that. I
Something
can't.
like that.
And so he talked about how he found religion, like that movie. And I was like, okay, that's neat. I'm not necessarily, the most religious person, but I'm glad that, like, that's not a bad thing. If you find your
Yeah,
peace,
no,
if you find your
it's okay.
peace in the world, that's a good thing. And then he immediately, like, contradicted himself in the next thing by just, like, absolutely swearing someone out. And I was like, see, now I don't think
I
you got
mean,
the entire message.
I mean, even my uncle, who's like super religious now, is still swears from time to time.
He also has a chest tattoo, if I remember right.
Yeah, he does. And then he tries to get holy with me when I get new tattoos. He's like, "Hey, bud, laser remove that tattoo off your chest, and we'll talk." Till then, leave me to my
To
own
me,
devices.
I think that would be like my least favorite location to get a tattoo.
I mean, this is
Like
definitely comfortable as
there
well.
there have been back pieces and arm pieces and leg pieces that have just spoke to me, and I'm like, I have them written down for when I finally just decide to, jump the broom and go for it. But I've never just seen a piece that's like, I want my entire pectoral to be covered in that, or like,
My thing
something
is
that's like on.
chest pieces. It depends on what kind of shape I'm in before I decide to do that. Like, I don't want to get my damn tits tattooed with pecs and sugar.
uh, get that the Dwayne Johnson thing done.
I could not pull that off. I am not muscular enough.
You know what the difference is between you and me, dirtbag? When I'm muscular, I will never be muscular.
Never be muscular.
That picked up on mic, which means it picked up on stream.
Good.
How's that
Bask in
good?
my beef.
No, people are supposed to bask in my beef.
No,
That's not your
get
beef.
your beef wrong.
Who told you could take my beef?
You've never seen Grandma's Boy, have you?
Which one's Grandma's boy?
It's a movie by Adam Sandler's company, but he's not in it. It's got Rob Schneider as a brief cameo in it. It's where the dude's like works in a video game company, and this is like way back in like the early 2000s when they made this because they were still using Xboxes. But it's I'm trying to think of his name. It's a funny movie. Yes, it's apparently Siri has been listening to me when I said Grandma's Boy. It says that's type of G and that pops up. Got Nick Schwartzen in it. Jonah Hill. This was back in like '06.
Oh, it's Marie from.
Oi,
Okay.
piss off, Enderman.
Monkey on the car.
Fuck off. I hear him. He's out there pissed off, but he won't. He won't come in here. Oh, you fucker. There you go. Go away, biting.
Stop.
If anybody's watching this stream, and if they are people of culture, they will know where that came from.
What?
Let's see what Lucas sent.
No. Uh. What the? His insults get more and more creative by the day. Yo, Enderman, go away.
Biting.
Can you please just give some context, just for
For what? Go away, Baden.
yeah, for just because I do have people watching, and so that there needs to be
Okay,
some
I'm gonna
sort.
just tell you. Just YouTube it right now. You're watching. Pull up another
It's from
stream.
Idiocracy. Yeah.
Yes, Idiocracy. It's Dak Shepard. Just look it up. It's well worth a watch.
It's. I mean, I'm I'm
Yes,
I'm
it's
gonna get
stupid,
her.
but it's amazing.
It's super stupid. I'm gonna get around to watching it one day, but like, oh, I'm sorry, I got to do that stereotypical like thing, or it just doesn't hit the same otherwise, you know.
Oh, I don't know because I don't make those boomer ass noises.
Okay, all right, okay. I see how it'd be.
The only boomer noises I make is when I get up.
Okay, that makes two of us. I have an excuse for that though. I have a broken spine. Like
I'm
there's a
fat. I have an excuse too now.
matter how muscular I am, I will never be muscular. I realize I used to give like Family Guy such like shit for just doing cutaways all the time, and then I realized basically if we had a show, that's all it would be.
That's honest. Honestly, the cutaways are funnier than most of the show to me.
But if you think about it, like if you, me, and Lucas had a podcast or a show, that's all it would be. Is just like references and gags and cutaways. There's no real substance to our humor. It's just referencing other humor.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
So basically, we've got Seth MacFarlane down to an art form.
If you keep talking all your smack, you're going in the damn jail cell I got over here.
You built a
You're
jail?
you're going in my dungeon.
You built a jail for a survival Minecraft.
Yes.
Or whatever it's called, survival multiplayer, however you say it. Let's see. Sheep. I don't know why I did that. Why do you make it always sound like it's my idea to do things?
I mean, it was your idea.
I was just like, I'm gonna set up my YouTube account on here, and ow, pig.
Go kill some cows. Need more leather.
You need to go kill some
How am
deer.
I? How am I supposed to furnish the BDSM club in my castle if I
Okay,
don't have?
let's what? Why do you always gotta take it to BDSM?
I don't. What the-
First we were
Just
talking
talking
about
about
Army Hammer's BDSM, and then Shia LaBeouf's.
when did we bring up Shia LaBeouf in BDSM? He just eats people. Doesn't make a difference. I don't even think the BDSM community eats people.
Well, not in the same way. That's the Vor community. Which I still don't understand how that's. You know what? Let's not get into that. Because that's. I'm befuddled by a lot of people's.
Eating people's for Ted Bundy.
Or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, him too.
I'm trying to think. I've got this, like, plain Jane house. It is so plain, it looks like it belongs in a village.
I can see it from here.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally. This is like the Minecraft equivalent to having like a beige interior with like a
It's like a
red
dirt
brick
house.
exterior. It's not a dirt house. I just constructed it with a stone bottom and then logs and wood. It's like Lincoln logs.
I had to go breed some cows. I need more leather.
I don't like Oh my gosh. He's Lucas is an interesting one, isn't he? He comes up with insults. The Marine Corps must have taught him that, because he comes up with insults like I couldn't even think of. Just like some weird off the wall stuff. I knew I needed these for something. Okay, there we go. Can you do me a favor? Big ol' favor? Can you bring me, shears? That's not what I wanted to do. Is that a thing you can do? Or yeah, because there's a sheep over here, and I don't want to kill it. I want to make a bed out of it. Well, while you live in your castle, I'm gonna live in my little ranch house. So like, just God, my brain turns into mush whenever I have to think.
Tell you what I can bring you.
What?
Manifest Destiny.
You can't just say manifest destiny. Actually, now that I think about it, Andrew, you would have been part of Manifest Destiny.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about you would have been on the receiving end of Manifest Destiny.
Oh, damn it. I was gonna just roll behind you and start smacking you. Manifest Destiny.
That's the, like... can you not? Can you not? I'm gonna burn to death in my wooden house. And then my wooden house is gonna go up. What is this? Thanks for the wool.
Now, where's that sheep at?
One over there. Stop farting, dude. I mean, it's entertaining, but at the same time, like we're adults. We're in our 20s. We have to like do better than this.
No, absolutely not. I refuse. Where'd my boat go? It's under the dirt. Why is it under the dirt?
I don't know.
Why
Why are
is the
you
boat
under the
gone?
dirt? Oh my gosh. It's like trying to have a conversation with a 6-year-old. It's
Have to
the
have a
ADHD,
conversation
dude.
with a 7-year-old every day.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I feel like they do say you become who you're around. Like my ears are starting to get larger, and so is my nose every day.
I mean, those parts of your body technically never stop growing, so
Oh come on, that was a funny joke, and you made it not funny.
I made it true.
You made it not funny. Stupid manifest destiny.
I hope Lucas is listening right now, hearing you talk about his big ears.
He doesn't care. You make fun of his ears so much, he doesn't even it doesn't even register with him, I
I
don't
ain't
think.
even made fun of his ears in like a month.
See, but you probably have it like down to the exact day, like,
No.
4 weeks, I can make fun of his ears again. Oops. I can go ahead and tell you, Lucas is not watching
Hmm. Probably
because
not.
I know for a fact because whoever that guy was that was watching us left.
All we had was one viewer.
We had one viewer.
Oh, we're not exactly the most entertaining people to watch.
Well, the reason we're not is because, and I figured this out. You need three people to have like an entertaining. You need to have at least three people because otherwise it's just us kind of like boringly rambling on.
Mm-hmm.
Which don't get me wrong, it's something we do well, but bitch. Okay, he died. So have you played Cyberpunk anymore?
No, I've honestly kind of lost interest.
I gotta tell you, I played the game. I beat it. I got the I got the bad ending. Um, because I'm not a good person with morals. Like I don't have a very strong moral center. So what I do whatever gets me the most loot, and it came back and bit me in the ass. I did the same thing in The Witcher. I got the bad ending in The Witcher because because first Yennefer was flirting with me, and then Triss was flirting with me, and then I'm like, well, I've never had two women flirt with me at once, let alone one. So I might as well take advantage of it, in the video game since it doesn't happen in the real world, and then I got the bad ending because of it.
Yeah, I managed to, do them and Kiramets without any, you know, ill complications.
Well, what I did is in the game, there's one point where they find out about each other if you like hold a romance with both of them at the same time for too long. And they're like, "Why don't you meet us at the hotel and we'll have a surprise for you?" And they literally just lock you in a room like naked.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think
I've heard about that. I've never had it happen though.
no, I had it happen to me, and I knew it was gonna happen, but I still did it because it was funny. I didn't know it affected the ending, or I wouldn't have done it.
Hmm.
Also, to me, like Cyberpunk, it's a little bit odd at times. Like, but I don't like fantasy, so I just had to slog through The Witcher for like a majority of the game, and it was back when me and Caleb were friends with this guy that was kind of not all there in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was just like, The Witcher's so great. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." And I played it, and I didn't like it. And
I absolutely love it.
he could not contemplate the fact that I did not like The Witcher. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not saying it's a bad game. I can tell you objectively, or is it subjective or no, objectively, that it's a very good game. It's a very well made game. I can tell it's a really good game. I understand why it's given the scores that like it's given, but I don't. My kind of game is like Red Dead Redemption. I like that kind of era. I don't watch Lord of the Rings. I watch John Wayne movies. So there's a reason that I have the specific tastes I have. You know what I mean?
You're a bummer.
How is that even a boomer?
It's old people. They watch fucking westerns all the time.
I mean,
You know it's true.
Red Dead Redemption came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, John Wayne movies came out like 65 years ago. So,
Well, he died in '79, so well, you're technically not incorrect. I don't think that. Let's see, 89, 99, 2009, 2019. That would be like 45 years ago. Would be
yeah, when he
his.
died doesn't mean when his movies came
No,
out.
no, 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 no. Because his last movie was The Shootist. I think was his last movie, and that was 75, and that's when he didn't know he had cancer, but it was kind of I just hit the wrong button like 1,000 times. I'm stupid. Um,
Pull your microphone just a little bit away from your mouth.
hmm? Am I making like noise or something? Or am I breathing heavy or something?
Just like here, because I can tell you're a mouth breather.
I'm not a mouth breather, actually. I'm breathing through my nose.
Well, you better get your damn nose checked out, because I can like hear a little clacking or like a little, almost like a little clicking noise every time you breathe in. Like it's your tongue hitting the roof of your mouth or something.
That's probably just because literally I hang my mouth open when I'm weird. Like I'm not like when I'm paying attention to something that's not myself. My mouth goes like slightly agape, so that's probably what it was. I was probably hitting my tongue on some like my teeth or something.
Yeah, I found one of my half-finished mine shafts. Looks like one of my mine shafts isn't too terribly far from your house. Maybe 200 blocks away. Something that sucks about having like PlayStation Minecraft is like we can't just like go on a server without, you know, somebody being the server person being there.
Yeah, I guess that's. I mean, I don't think it's like too terribly bad. I probably wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't play it If it was just me by myself, I don't just aimlessly do that kind of stuff. You wouldn't happen to have any lava I can borrow, would you?
Not on hand.
What about any netherrack?
Probably some over here.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna do a thing.
I got a chest full of nether shit, so.
I don't like the fact that we looked at each other and I just heard like the weird nether sound.
There's some nether sound.
I just heard the weird like wow sound. It was like I looked at you and I got bad luck or something. Okay, where's this nether stuff?
It's downstairs. In the downstairs underwater part.
And I believe you get here by going around, right? If I remember right. Yeah.
You gotta go under the. It's underneath the. You're under the wrong side. It's over underneath my animal pens.
Well, I'm sorry. My house has one room. So, I'm sorry if I'm not used to having all of this space.
All this room for activities. realize how much faster horse travel is compared to running on here. I have the horse with diamond armor, I never ride it.
You just like to have your horse wear Gucci to flex.
Yeah.
Ow. Oops. Well.
Get back here, horse. Who told you to walk away from me?
It was me.
I see they adjusted the way you can like turn grass into dirt or like the path. Like before you couldn't just turn like the dirt block in the path, it had to be grass. But now you can
Yeah,
like
I think that makes it a little bit easier.
they
Like
fixed it.
that way you can have dirt roads.
I mean, you already had dirt roads like that, but like you could only like use a shovel to turn the grass block, like the block with the grass on it, into a path. But if like you had like just laid down a dirt block, you couldn't turn that to a path. It had to be turned to grass first. But now you can turn the dirt as well into path. Which means I can finally fix this. Alright, horse is back where he belongs.
That kind of sounds menacing. He's back where he belongs.
Alright, I'm getting kind of bored with this shit, to be honest.
Let me. Yeah, let me build
And the strain.
that, and let me build the rest of my thing.
When did I get redstone? How did I get this from?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll end the stream now.
That's the bad thing about this. Like I lose